Gervonta Davis, Black Star Power, good enough to own and start Juneteenth? You know, consider he just won. You got to, what's the saying? You got to get it while it's hot, get it while it's good. You got to strike the iron while it's hot. You got to make it happen. What's the point of knocking the fuck out of Santa Cruz, becoming a pay-per-view star, if you're not going to build on that? You got to build on it hot. You got to build on it strong. Now, if he was going to be the next pay-per-view star, are they going to do it the old pattern, or are they going to let Gervonta Davis be a new pay-per-view star and do it their way, a brand new way, a brand new pay-per-view star? Now, of course, he could follow the Mayweather plan, beat up a Mexican or Hispanic type blood, Latino, on Cinco de Mayo or Mexican Independence Day, May or September. You want to do that? Fine, go ahead. Or you could create your own damn legacy pay-per-view star in Juneteenth. Now, what's the difference between Cinco de Mayo and June 19th? It's a couple weeks. And it's, you know, why be just chasing on the Mexican holidays? Like I said, is his Black Star Power good enough to create Juneteenth pay-per-view date? You know, put that in, you know, you can put that in a lot of places, you know. And the thing is, if he's gonna be a pay-per-view star, who is he gonna fight? You know. And you see the thumbnail, him and Gary Russell. Is that pay-per-view worthy? And I say Gary Russell because it's the same situation. It's the same shit. It's the same thing Tank's been doing his whole career, taking up smaller guys, bringing them up. But if you're gonna, like I said, fine, I drink the Kool-Aid. I go along with the program. They're not trying to make him a superstar. They're trying to make him the pay-per-view star. I go with the program. You know what? I'm not going to be here. And we're talking Juneteenth. That's the topic of this episode. Not how good his resume is, who he's fighting, blah, blah, blah. We're drinking the Kool-Aid. We're making a pay-per-view star. That's what we're talking about. Now, we're going to go over the list. Most likely he's going to be defending that 130 belt. That's why I said you got Gary Russell Jr. Juneteenth, you could put that in all. You could put that in so many areas over there, and considering you're trying to get the black crowd, of course, you know. So you got the what was it? The Armory? Is that what it is? The Washington Armory. I'm pretty sure you could probably get that the Maryland Turtles basketball college the college stadium. You could put a little bit in there. You could do a Baltimore Ravens football stadium. You can do where is Gary Russell from? Maryland. Trying to think of Maryland, Massachusetts, Boston. You go, the Celtics, where the Celtics play, Patriots play. Like I said, there's football stadiums that could host this. You know, as long as there's no big COVID spread during these cold seasons, and it goes back in, it's very possible. Very possible. Now we're gonna say, if it's not Gary Russell, don't worry, it could still happen. It could still happen. Like I said, this is the route. If I'm pushing Gervonta Davis, this is the route they gotta go. Why go Cinco de Mayo to beat up a dumb I shouldn't say a dumb Mexican. Sorry, you know, the format, the plan, you know, that Floyd's been doing. Why go through that same thing? Cinco de Mayo, beat up a Mexican, and build off your fan base off that. We've seen it. Does it work? Of course it works. But why depend on that fan base for money, trying to make you a superstar, when you have your own fan base within the black community? It's obviously on Twitter and all of social media, they support him. The Millennium crowd, the You see other black celebrities on Twitter and everything. You saw Michael Johnson saying he just seen the best pound for pound fighter. So why rely on another culture fan base to bring in some money when you got a striving, strong fan base dying for an event? Juneteenth, the whole United States, the whole black movement, the whole black community, the whole black love, they will swallow this up with such great pride. Now, who does he fight if it's not Gary Russell? Like I said, will Tank defend that 135? If the money's right and if the pay-per-view is good, right? So let's see. At number 1, we'll start from the bottom up, 135. You gotta remember, most likely it's gonna be a PBC guy. Number 15, Zapar Rosarvo, Hector Tanarahara, Badine Ilijari. That's 15 through 13. They ain't going on no damn pay-per-view. Alberto Machado, Michael Rivera, James Tennessee, Oliver Flores, Josh O'Reilly, Davis Bashario, Francisco Panchira, Jackson Martinez, Jorge Linares. I'm all the way on number 3. Vasily Lomachenko. I got all the way up to number 3. And there, do you see Tank fighting those guys? I don't know. I don't see. And then we go to number 2, Robert Easter. Number 1, Rolando Romero. 2 BBC guys, in-house money. Robert Easter's from that East Coast with Tank, so they can make a nice crowd following pay-per-view over there. Is it a great pay-per-view? Probably not, but it's your first one for Juneteenth, and you know what? They ain't really gonna give a fuck what's on. It's an event for Juneteenth. That's all that matters. Then you got Rolando Romero. Hey, if you want to do the Mexican route, go whoop his ass. Or whatever Latin blood or brown blood he is. Then you drop down to 130. Like I said, if it's not Gary Russell coming up to 126 to 130, who are you gonna fight? 15, John Joe Navin, Francisco Fonseca. You gonna give him a rematch? Knock his ass out on pay-per-view. Guillermo Fornes, Billy Deeb, Joe Cardina, Pablo Vincente, Anthony Kankai. Poor Anthony, man. I like him. Claudio Marrero. We just saw him lose on the Lipinets and Clayton fight. I won't be surprised. I can see PBC serving him up on a pay-per-view, but he lost. If he would have won that fight, I would not be surprised if PBC served him up on a pay-per-view, because he's been on a few PBC cards. His face been seen. Then you got Kenichi Ogawa, Andrew Concio. I don't know who he's fighting, but I think he has a fight coming up soon. If he wins, throw him in there with Tank. He was an ex-champion. You got Abraham Nova at number 5. PBC and ESPN ain't happen. Roger Gutierrez, number 3. I don't know who that guy is. The name doesn't quite sound familiar. Maybe if I see his face. Now this is where it gets interesting. Number 4, 2, and 1. All these could be great opponents for a pay-per-view on Juneteenth for Tank Davis. You got number 2, Xavier Martinez. That is the guy who beat Claudio Marrero on the undercard of Clayton and Lipinets. Like I said, are they great fights? Is he a great fighter? Xavier Martinez? No. He's number 2, though, and you can sell that. Like I know a lot of fans don't give a rat's ass about, who the fuck is that? Well, honor your sport, man. It's these rankings here for a reason, to entertain us, to show who they are. So you know what? The dude's number 2. Let Tank whoop his ass. Stop shitting on the rankings. Like, these motherfucking rankings suck. Well, who gives a rat's ass? How are you gonna know if anyone's good? If you do, because half the people don't even know these motherfuckers anyway. So everyone sucks too, because you don't know who they are. You know, so you got number 2 who beat Claudio, Xavier Martinez. Possibility, you know, like I said, this is a showcase pay-per-view for Juneteenth. You know, then you have number 1 and number 4. Good shit. Because you got number 4, Jaime Arbarello. The dude's tall, young, throws haymakers. But get this, he's fighting this month, November 28th. He's fighting Chris Colbert. Those 2 motherfucking young studs are fighting each other. And we're over here trying to get Tank Davis to fight somebody. Chris Colbert and Jaime Arboleda are fighting each other. That's a dangerous ass fight. I'm gonna cover that fight, but my guess is, if I'm setting this up, the future PBP pay-per-view star Juneteenth, I'm going Robert Easter, or I'm going first. I'm going to go with Gary Russell Jr. Then I'm going Robert Easter. That's my picks. What do you think? Is his Black Star Power strong enough to create and own Juneteenth pay-per-view? Thank you for your time and support. What's the saying? You got to get it while it's hot. Get it while